Okay, and welcome back. And as I always try to do, I want all of you people to discover new and better ways to become healthier, live longer, happier, more vibrant lives. And there are ways to do that. And we've got someone coming on the program now who is also new, never been here before, but we'll be talking to him, I'm sure, more in the future. His name is Tom James. Tom James, if you click on his name in guests at Rense.com, you'll see presides over a very exciting website, and it's called HempUSA.org. I'm sure you've heard the commercials. Hemp may be the most magnificent plant on the planet. It may do more for human health and welfare and well-being and lifestyle than any other plant can even touch. It's an extraordinary story. There is a reason it is banned, and it doesn't have anything to do really with the idea that the resins on the leaves can make you high. There's a lot more at work than that. It's okay to grow hemp in Canada. It's not okay to grow hemp down here. HempUSA.org only purchases prime Canadian hemp, certified THC free. But what's beyond that is what you're going to hear in this hour. What hemp protein powder, what hemp seeds, what hemp oil can do for you, and how you can use this very food I've just mentioned literally as your food storage in times of emergency preparedness, which are, of course, any time now. So let's say with all those good words, welcome to Tom James. Hi, Tom. Glad to have you on the program.
I'm glad to be here, bro. How have you been?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you very much. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I love the website. I love the hemp plant. And, above and beyond what we're going to talk about here, the hemp plant happens just to be also an extremely beautiful plant.
Yes, it sure is.
I mean, it's
it really
gorgeous.
Is. Remember, there's about 350 varieties of the hemp plant. There's many varieties of the same species. And the variety that we get in from Canada, it's a plant that's about 2 feet to 5 feet tall, and it's grown only for its seeds.
I see.
Okay, the rest of the plant is cultivated back into the soil to feed back and to keep it nutrient dense, you know? Because the hemp plant does take a lot of nutrients out of the soil because we get it all. Right. That's how God created that plant, to give us the nutrients that are deep down in the soil, and that hemp plant can draw it up.
I've seen other varieties of the plant that have to be, 6-8 feet tall.
Some of them grow up, 50 feet. Some are small trees, but the average height is about 15 feet for the regular hemp that they use for fiber.
They're just amazing. Okay, let's talk a little bit about politics first. Why has hemp been outlawed and suppressed here in these United States? And by the way, for those of you who remember your history, there were hemp licenses granted during World War II to grow it for fiber. But go ahead. Why is it so suppressed here? Is it really related, Tom James, to the phony, bogus war on drugs?
Well, I really believe it's related to money. They can't make money if this plant is down here. If this plant is down here growing and we have production facilities, we're going to be cutting into the paper industry, the clothing industry, the pharmaceutical industry, the edible oil industry, and the building industry. You could literally make cement blocks for 1/6 the price. And they're flame-proof. They're actually fire retardant. They're waterproof. Insects won't go near them. Rodents won't go near them.
Really?
And it will hold up in a major tornado. So the building products alone would set up the economy on end. And
how do you make a hemp block, cement block?
Well, literally, actually, if you take the center of the herd and mix it with lime, it makes incredible light block that is so incredibly strong. They actually build hemp homes over in France, but they can't even get enough hemp to do that. So it would affect all these industries is what we're getting back to.
I see.
And it's all about money.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And it's a sad thing because this is something that has been used for food, clothing, and shelter since time began. It's probably one of the first plants on the planet, you know?
Could have been. If you look on the Internet, and some of you who are interested in clothing and so forth, you'll find hemp clothes all over the place, hemp shoes, hemp shirts, it's an incredible industry that is virtually unknown to the mass of American public.
Correct. And it's so good for the body. I mean, you just take the hull of the seed, it's magnesium-rich chlorophyll, loaded with digestive enzymes to break down the proteins in the human body so you can feed the body the nutrients it needs. When you start taking this food, you literally have a sense of well-being.
Okay, let's stop you right there. Most of Americans are magnesium deficient. Most Americans are chlorophyll deficient. Right there, you have a 1-2 knockout punch. Just right there.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little nutritious nugget, let me tell you. And when you start taking it, not only, you should see the emails I get. I mean, if people go to the website, hempusa.org, they'll look and they'll see the testimonials there of people that literally will be glad to even take your phone call and talk to you, you know? So we have a lot of happy people, a lot of people that most of America, Jeff, does not digest their food. That's where it all begins in the stomach.
Right. Well, they're eating poison to begin with, so maybe it's for the better. But you're absolutely right. They don't digest. The inside of the intestinal walls are usually coated with what amounts to almost a plasticized lining, which prevents the material, the nutrients, from even getting to the villi, which line the intestinal walls for uptake into the bloodstream. So, yeah, this is a huge story, hemp. When did you first become aware of it, and what got you so excited about it?
I'm going on 4 years now. I got involved with some people out in Nevada that were raw food enthusiasts, and I was too, and I still am. I'm probably 80% raw. Everything I eat is mostly raw. But they were very into it, and I started, hanging out with them for about a year and started reading a lot of very interesting books. And many of the books caught my eye, and I just noticed that hemp just blew my mind. And I literally immediately placed an order for 50 pounds as my first order.
But what form did you buy it in?
I bought it in powder. Because I'm into the smoothies every day.
Me too.
I also use it in my hot cereals and eggs, and, you can make bread with it and pancakes and muffins, whatever. A lot of women bake with it. A lot of people are actually using it now in many commercial additions to their businesses with their, buns and muffins and things like that.
Right.
So it's getting very popular. But I just started reading, and I just couldn't take my eyes off of all these books. I kept buying the books, and it was just something that God led me to. And it says, people need this product so badly in this country that God raised me up to do that, and I started this business, and we're now bringing in thousands of pounds every week. And a lot of people are appreciating that it's available to them in storable food sizes. And also being able to eat it every day.
Okay, now let me talk about that just for a minute or two here. There is a big interest among people who are waking up to the fact that food is going to go out of sight. We will in this country, fortunately, I do not believe, reach the status of any third world country. I think what will happen here is probably the lower classes, and God bless them, that's just what they are. At this time in history in their lives, they're going to need some food aid. There will be food aid for them here. There will be perhaps bread lines. There'll be more food stamps, whatever. We won't have it as bad as 75% of the rest of the planet. But we will have, which is what 75% of the rest of the planet won't have, to deal with the potential of a major catastrophe. Call it terrorism, call it war, whatever you want to call it. A major breakdown in the infrastructure, and we're going to need to be self-reliant. Many people don't have time to grow gardens, don't have time to do all the things they really need to do to protect themselves and their families. Now, what you're telling me, and what we did talk on the phone about this, is that people literally can survive quite handsomely on hemp as a storable food. Now, that's amazing, because think of the volume. Now, I've got food storage. A lot of people do, and you get these big plastic tubs of 50 pounds of wheat, 50 pounds of this, 40 pounds of that, and all these textured vegetable protein, canned things packed